Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to our PN Health class. My name is Rolly Manayan. All right, so let me just remind you again to take down important notes in this lesson, and you have to participate in the activities and answer the test after the lesson. All right? So to begin with, let's start by answering our pre-test. Don't worry if you get low scores. This is just for me to find out how much you know about the topic. All right, so I'll be flashing questions and I'll give you time to answer and you have to write it down on your notebooks. Alright? So let's start. Question number one. And number two. Three. Number next number four. Number five. Six. Seven. The last number. Number eight.
At this point, you may now start checking for your answers.
Again, like I told you, don't worry if you get low scores. This is just for me to find out how much you know about our lesson for today.
And now let me tell you what I'm expecting you to learn in this topic.
Alright, so expectation number one, at the end of the lesson, each one of you should be able to set fitness goals based on training principles to achieve and or maintain HRF. HRF stands for health-related fitness. Next is discuss the importance of different principles of exercise. Apply the principles of exercise in creating a workout plan. Lastly, engage in moderate to vigorous physical activities for at least 60 minutes most of the days of the week in a variety of settings in and out of the school. So let's take a look at what we had last time. Last time, we took anthropometric measurements. We did three-step test, hamstring and hip flexor test, zipper test, curl up, push-ups, flexed arm support, and that is called physical fitness testing activities. Assessing one's health status will help person to be informed of his or her strengths and weaknesses, leading him or her to observe a healthy lifestyle and to select appropriate activities for improvement. So, sino ba sa inyo ang medyo nahirapan o hiningal dun sa 3-minute step test? O kaya yung hindi maabot yung paa. Zipper test. Yan, masikip yung ah, arms natin, hindi maabot yung likod. Curl ups, hindi pa umabot ng 1 minute. Push ups, nakatatlo lang. Yan. So ngayon, alam nyo na iyon ang dapat ninyong i-improve. Alright, so yun yung ginawa natin last time. Now, I have here a picture of a person. Now, can you tell me what your observations are from his day 1 up to day 112? Right. What do you think uh, this person did to achieve this body? So from day 1, andyan na siya, plain, and then after almost 4 months, andyan na siya, para siya inukit ng ano ng pait, para siyang ginanon, nilagyan siya ng ano ng mga cuts. Yan. Ano kayang pinagdaanan nito? Kasi pag tayo nag-exercise, importante na makakita tayo ng resulta. visual, ayan, visible results. Kasi mas nagkakaroon tayo ng na desire na pagbutihin pa. Kesa yung nag-exercise ka after 4 months, parang ganun pa din. Di ba? Parang kulang, merong mali. Masarap lang yung pakiramdam natin, pero parang hindi effective yung ginagawa natin. So, yun ang topic natin today. Paano ba makakakuha ng resulta? Results. Yan. Para hindi tayo magsawa. Now, paano ba tayo makakakuha ng result? First, you have to maximize your fitness program. Kailangan, bawat ginagawa natin, tsak, alam mo na iyon ang pupuntahan natin. So, ano ba dapat gawin? Dapat, alam mo kung ano yung mga principles of physical activity na dapat mong sundan. Okay? Ano nga ba yung principles of physical activity? The first one is a calendar. No, it's not a calendar. It's actually the overload principle. Overload principle, this indicates doing more than normal for improvement to happen. Additional load must be added and exerts greater than load that was used to. So, ano ba ibig sabihin nito? What are we doing that we are so used to? Example, sanay ka maglakad. So, to overload it, you may walk a little faster. Or you may walk a little further than the normal way that you are walking. So, example, naglalakad ka lang na ganyan, papunta ka sa tindahan, next time, for you to overload it, try to walk faster. So, pagdating mo doon, nakabili ka na ng suka, pagdating mo sa bahay, sabi ng nanay mo, bah, ang bilis mo naman maglakad. Yan. So, overloading yan ng walking. Ano pa? So, if you are used to climbing up the stairs once, now, for you to overload, you may try going up and down the stairs at least twice to overload you going upstairs. So, kung nasa baba ka ng bahay, tapos aakyat ka lang, ang gawin mo, akyat ka, baba ka muna ulit, tapos akyat ka na naman. Tsaka mo palang gawin kung ano yung gagawin mo sa taas. That is called overloading. Doing what is more than normal. So that's overloading. Next, I have here a picture of a stairs. What do you think is the next principle? Stairs, for me, signifies progression. So that is the next principle, the principle of progression. You won't be able to go or to get all the way up to the next level without going through the next one. And so that is progression. There should be a gradual increase in exerting effort or load that is done not too slowly nor not too rapidly. So walang double step, walang hahakbang ng doble. Kailangan daanan mo lahat ng steps sa stairs. That is called progression. Yan. In short, this is the principle where it aids safe and effective results. Yan. Pag sinabi natin safe, you don't go from lifting a 20-pound dumbbell and then the following day, you'll be lifting a 100-pound dumbbell. Hindi ganon. So, no shortcuts. So, if you jog for 1 kilometer today and then you want to progress it, don't do a 5-kilometer run the next day. Okay? So, from 1 kilometer, jump to 5 kilometer, that is not progression. So, progression means gradual. So, from 1 kilometer, try to jog the following day. How much do you think you should jog for a safe progression? Try to jog for 1.5 kilometer or 2 kilometers. But don't run the full 5 kilometers. Alright? So that's progression. Next, I have here a picture of the legs of a sprinter and a marathoner. Principle of specificity. If you notice, their legs are different. But they do both of them are runners. Yan. This suggests that overloading must specifically train a desired body part for it to improve. Yan. Ano ba ibig sabihin nun? Use the appropriate type of exercise directly improves your target muscles. So, notice the difference between the legs of sprinter and the marathoner. Pareho silang tumatakbo pero magkaiba ng resulta. The sprinter trains for power and marathoner trains for endurance. So, ibig sabihin nun, yung marathon, tumatakbo yan ng 40, 60 kilometers while the sprinter only runs from 50 to 200. 200 meters. 200 meters, andyan lang yun. 'Di ba? Pero yung marathon, para kang nandito sa Hagonoy, papunta ka doon sa NLEX. Doon sa sa Balintawak. Ganun kalayo yung natakbo nila. So magkaiba sila naging resulta. Okay. So, yon. Next, another principle. Do you remember this guy? Yan, si Gerald Butler. Yan. Napakaganda ng katawan niya, di ba? Eto na siya ngayon. This is how he looks like. This is how he looks right now. Diba? So what do you think is the next principle? That's the principle of reversibility. Okay. Development of muscles will take place if regular movement and execution is done. Okay. Remember this, okay. And if activity ceases, it will be reversed. This just tells us that if we stop our physical activities, our muscles will go back to how we started. Yan. So dapat, para magkaroon ng continuous result, tuloy-tuloy din yung exercise. Pero pagka ikaw huminto, babalik ka dun sa paano ka nagsimula. So that explains the principle of reversibility. So let's try to recap. There are four. The first four, overload, progression. The next is specificity and reversibility. Remember, the first two principles are the most important, overloading and progression. Now, let's go to the next. This is called the FITT principle of physical activity. FITT stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. Frequency tells us how often should we exercise. So this refers to the days of the week. So that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Saan ka doon mag-exercise? So that is frequency. Next is intensity. How hard? Gaano ba? Mabigat ba yung bubuhatin mo? Magaan ba yan? Nakakahingal ba yan? O sobrang hingal na hingal? Time. How long? So how long do you think is the ideal time to exercise? Length of time to exercise. 30 minutes to 1 hour. Yan, ideal yon. If you go beyond, up to 2 hours for regular persons, like us, 2 hours is way too long for us. 30 minutes to 1 hour, yan, para sa atin yan. Now, if you train more than 2 hours, then you are no longer exercising for fitness. You are now exercising for performance. Yan na sila Manny Pacquiao, sila Heidelin Diaz. Yan, patatagal mag-training yan. Type. What type of activity are you choosing for your fitness goals? Zumba ba yan? Are you going to the gym? Ikaw ba ay tatakbo sa labas? Yan, road running. Pwede kang mamili. O gusto mo sa bahay ka lang nag-exercise. So that is type. Kung ano yung pipiliin mo na activity. Now, gawa tayo ng example na let's try to make or create a FITT program for cardio and weight loss. So this is how it works. This is how you're going to do or plot your FITT program. So number one, for frequency, you're going to exercise 5 to 6 times a week. So it's up to you where you're going to place it. Day 1, pwede siya sa Monday, second day, Tuesday, skip ka ng 1 day, and then, yun. Next, intensity. How hard? Easy to moderate. Easy to moderate. Pag sinabi natin easy, halos hindi ka hihingalin dyan. Moderate, konting hingal. Alright? Time. 30 to 60 minutes of either Zumba, walking, running, or stair climbing. So most of us, most of the time I see Zumba lessons for 60 minutes up to 2 hours. Yan ang ginagawa natin. Next, let's do another FIT program. This time, let's do FIT for strength. Yan. Pag sinabi nating strength, ito yung palalaki natin yung muscles natin, gusto nating maging bulky. So, for frequency, we're doing it 2 to 3 times a week, but not on consecutive days. Alright? Why not in consecutive days? You should leave your muscles at least one day for it to rest. Alright? Kasi if you're working out 2 to 3 times a week for 3 consecutive days, you will not be able to maximize your muscles capability. Okay? So manghihina ka na on the third day, especially if you're lifting heavy weights. So next, intensity. Depends on the amount of weight lifted and sets and reps you do. Remember, for intensity, if you're training for strength, if you're doing high repetitions, you'll be dealing with uh, lighter weights. Mas magaan ang bubuhati mo kung ikaw ay gagawa ng high repetition. So, mas maraming beses mo gagawin. Now, if you're lifting heavy weights, you're now dealing with low reps. Mas mababa yung beses na uulitin mo yung exercise. Okay. Time. How long? 1 to 2 hours. Type, pwede kang body weight or you may use the gym equipment. Alright. So, but for now, since it's the time of pandemic, there are no available fitness gyms. So, if you have your sets at home, dun lang, or body weight. So, that is for strength training. Anyway, this is just an example. Next. Now, let's go to our activity. Activity number 1. I want you to arrange the following pictures that will show better application of overloading and progression principles for push-up. Alright? So if you have, please get your notebooks and try to answer this. All you have to do is to arrange the pictures accordingly by with the application of overloading and progression. So I have here letter A, this one, pushing up with the bench. This one, pushing up, push-ups with a weight on your back. Next, this modified push-up. And letter D, the regular push-up. Okay. So, para makita nyo. Next one. Overloading and progression for walking. So apply the overloading and progression for walking. Number 1, 10 minutes brisk walking. That is brisk walking. Number 2, second picture, 10 minutes regular walking. Number 10, sorry. Next picture, 10 minutes uphill walking. And last picture, 10 minutes of jogging. Next activity. Let's try to answer activity number 1. First picture should be this one because this is the easiest way to do push-ups. So if you're starting to do push-ups and you cannot complete the whole set doing the regular one, start with this one. Start with this one, it will be much easier for you. Then, once you're used to this, you may move on to the next one, which is this one, this photo over here, and followed by the regular push-ups. Yan. Now, if you're now a hardcore uh, exerciser, should I say, you may start with this one. So This shows the progression of the push-up. Next, 10 minutes walking, followed by brisk walking. Next is 10 minutes jogging. And lastly, para mas mahirap pa, uphill climbing. If you notice, meron silang hindi nagbabago. Yun yung 10 minutes na walking. Okay? So nagkaiba-iba lang sila dun sa hirap ng paglalakad. Activity number 2, using the FITT principle, make a weekly fitness workout plan while staying at home. Because this is pandemic, this is the time of the pandemic. Not too many of us are allowed to go out, especially students. So most of us are exercising at home, posting our videos online. So I want you to make your own fitness program suited for your home. Alright, so we have here fitness goals, cardio endurance, upper body, and lower body exercises. So for frequency, nalagay nyo lang kung just like what we have discussed. Now, this deals with how often we should exercise, intensity for how hard. Next is time, how long, and then type, what type of exercise you're going to do. All right. Your answers, I'm expecting your answers to be submitted in our Google Classroom. All right. I'll just check. You just send a photo of your work, and then I'll check it online. Now, to wrap up, I want you to remember that the principles of training suggest that overloading is the key to muscle development and that entails doing more than the body is used to. The benefit brought about by overloading will only last if the overloading is continuous. That is called progression. Otherwise, the muscle development will go back to its original state or the principle of reversibility. Also, I want you to remember frequency deals with the number of days a week that you are going to exercise. Next, intensity, how hard you're going to exercise. Time, how long is your session. And the last one is type. What type of exercise do you prefer to achieve your fitness goals? So, FIT sets guidelines in our physical activity program and use as basis for our fitness routine and better results. So, please remember that. And this time, I want you to go to this link and answer the question for your post-test. Alright. So, I expect all of you to answer this one. Alright. Okay. Here are the references of our lesson. And again, thank you very much for listening. My name is Rolly Manayan, your PE teacher for this school year. Thank you and bye-bye.